And just wanted something interesting in the shot. It's not just me and a bed in my room and a massive pile of clothes on the dresser that aren't mine, but they're there. But this is all I've come up with, is just posing next to my snake plant like every YouTuber does. I'm probably just gonna have to make peace with the fact that I'm never gonna be happy with my hair. That's just the way it is. Anyways, hi guys, my name is Kenzie. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Don't really know what I'm doing, but we're all stuck in quarantine, and so I wanted to do something with this time because it's endless. And also just find a different way to connect to people. YouTube is one of my favorite platforms, and I love how people are able to connect and interact on here, talk about their plants. Yes, I put this here mostly because all YouTubers do, but also because I am a big plant mom with like 25 different plants. I can make a video about that. But yeah, really just because I want to connect with people in a different way than I feel like I have been and that you often do when you are stuck in, I don't know, quote unquote normal, monotonous, like adult life. I'm kind of just working through that. Anyways, if I ever even post this video, this is just me introducing myself. If you know me, which is likely because you're watching my first video, you already know who I am, but my name is Kenzie. I live on the West Coast. I'm 23 years old. I've kind of lived all over, and travel is one of my biggest loves. There's so many more places that I'd like to travel to and live, especially out in the country. But unfortunately, COVID means we cannot do that right now, and we need to be safe staying inside. So I want to make the most of that and sort of use this as more of a creative outlet, something that's going to push me to be uncomfortable and to challenge myself, and really just to learn more about myself. Cut. Okay, I'm feeling like a true YouTuber because my memory card just got full. I'd only been talking for like 7 minutes, which just shows me how many old photos are on my memory card. But I found another one. It was also full. Then I cleared it because all those photos were from 2 years ago, and we're back. Anyways, I asked people on Instagram to ask me questions so that anyone online who's a stranger or who knows me can get to know me better. And maybe we'll get start with that. So, first question from Kennedy. Love you. Hi. Do you like where you live? No. And that is why I'm moving in a few months. That's a good question. I do not like where I live. I currently live in Portland, Oregon, which is great in its own right. I definitely recommend people visit. I could make an entire video, and maybe I should, about why unfortunately it's not really right for me and a lot of the big pros and cons about living here, because it would have helped me a lot, I think. And even though I'm someone who's really big into research and I do a lot of research before I make a choice, it was still a quick decision because we're kind of on a quick timeline to move out here. And in June, we'll have lived here a year, and in June I will be moving out of Oregon. So there's a lot more I could say, but essentially Portland is very much a glorified small town, and I think that's amazing for a lot of people who want some of those city amenities while feeling like a very small community. It's a lot more residential, not quite as much going on, obviously not a major city, but I like big cities and I definitely need that. And there's a lot more opportunity in large cities. I've primarily lived in large cities. I lived in Washington, D.C. for 5 years before moving here for college and then after college, and I really loved it. Of course, there was things I didn't love as well, and maybe I'll make videos about both cities. You can let me know if that's something you're interested in, because obviously I know DC probably better than I know Portland because I've only been here a year, but I did grow up on the West Coast and have been to Portland a fair amount of times before I moved here. So, you know, we live and learn. But yeah, I definitely have a lot of information and thoughts and insights and just research and plain facts about, you know, job markets and what's popular in any given place. Maybe I'll make that like a little mini series. We'll see. Maybe I'll do that. But essentially, no, I don't like Portland and I'm excited to be moving. And I think it's a cool place, but it's wrong for me in a lot of ways. And I guess the main 3 points to boil it down to are the job market unfortunately is really just not good, and that was before everything going on with COVID and everything being up in the air. If you are looking for a job that is not in hospitality, it's tough. And there are some amazing cool companies here like Nike and Adidas, and a lot of those big apparel names are based either in Portland or in the suburbs, which is awesome. But of course most people do not work in apparel, or it's also really hard to get hired at those places. Just in general, Oregon's job market is ranked something like 40th in the nation. Like the health of the job market is just not great, and that was before all of this happened. So that's a big negative for me, and as a young person starting out their career wanting to grow, that's definitely difficult. The second point being huge lack of diversity, which is a really big problem for me in every sense, and not just lack of diversity in race, which is the glaring one. There's so many white people and it's a very, very white city, which maybe if you're really white you'll like that, but I don't, and I'm used to living in places that are a lot more diverse. I would never want to raise kids, which I hope to have someday, in a city that is not that diverse. And I know you can look at this and be like, oh, you try to be performatively woke or something. No, like genuinely, there's so much research to support the fact that cities that just aren't very diverse, or towns or whatever, are just not as good. They don't breed as much creativity, ingenuity. You aren't forced to, you know, be around people that aren't like you, which is a really healthy and critical part of the human experience. Confronting your prejudice, confronting your racism, like learning to be a better person. And honestly, just, you know, all of the amazing things that come with a diverse community too, like eating fucking amazing food all the time, which is something I grew up doing in San Francisco. It's something I did a lot of in DC. DC made me fall in love with Ethiopian food, and for that I am forever grateful. But yeah, that is a lot of things there, and I've said two. I'm trying to remember the last one. Oh, just a big city. I just prefer big cities. So that was a lot of ramble. But essentially, to answer kind of these questions, no, I did not like living in Portland. I tried to live with regrets, so I'm still glad that I tried it and that I came. But I will be leaving, and I'm excited to be moving soon to California, which is where I grew up. I got a bunch of questions about being vegan, or if I am still a vegan. I think more of those were on my public account. Yeah, because I think a lot of people follow me for food things, and I do eat primarily plant-based. I was vegetarian for many, many years, and then solidly vegan for 2 years, 3? Fuck, time flies, I'm not really sure, but I think it was kind of official that I was vegan for about 2 years, strictly vegetarian for maybe 7 or so, so I understand people think that. I definitely still eat probably 80% vegetarian. I mean, really it's like 90% plant-based, because plant-based being, you know, mostly focused on plants. I eat honey and things like that. And now, so about a year ago, I was just very, very sick. And a lot of that was hormonal, some of it was stress. It was a combination of factors, and I was so dedicated to being vegan, and I loved it so much, and I still think it's a great ethical choice. That's why I still eat primarily plant-based. I also just really don't have an interest in pretty much any meat. I just find it kind of gross, and I don't want to hurt cute pigs and things, so I will eat primarily vegetarian, I think, for the remainder of my life. I just don't really like to label how I eat now for my own health, but introducing foods like pasture-raised eggs and some fish into my diet And I think just really letting go of labels has helped me a lot, and it helped my health. It helped my menstrual health, which was just a mess and was really struggling. And yeah, overall it's been a really good decision for me and my body. Won't tell anyone what to do with their body, but if I do start sharing food content on here, which I definitely might, kind of like what I eat in a day, other food content. I'm definitely never gonna be like a recipe creator. I just really enjoy food like everyone does, from really whole food options to Ben and Jerry's, which is also delicious. And I love all of that. I don't really eat basically any dairy just because it doesn't agree with me, and the industry is just pretty yucky, so you won't see me really eat almost any dairy. But again, that's part of the reason that I also just like to shy away from labels, even though technically I guess you could say I'm pescatarian now. I like to shy away from labels because, yeah, if I eat like a piece of a chocolate bar, if I'm feeling like it, I don't want to feel restricted or that I have to say like I never eat this or never do that. I think any way someone wants to eat that's not a restrictive diet and that is not harming them is great. I think the last few years more than anything have just taught me how much there are certain things that are true of everyone, that like vegetables and fruit are amazing for you. Doesn't matter who you are. I think I could put that out there as a blanket statement. But there's really just, everyone's body is different, and there's caveats for everyone, and everyone benefits from different, you know, levels of macronutrients, or they different levels of energy. So we're not gonna get into all that in one video. I already ramble a lot. But yeah, that's definitely something that I think about, and I think about just how much we shouldn't be trying to prescribe all of humanity with one diet or one way of eating, because I just don't really think that's healthy, and I think people really need different things. So yeah. Other questions. How old am I? I'm 23. Yeah. I'm 23 years old. My birthday is in December, Sagittarius. So I will be 24 this December. So December of 2020, I will be 24. I'm really hoping the world is a little bit less upside down by then and it can be a more festive birthday. Alright. My camera cut out for some reason. So I think I might just end the video. I've been kind of rambling nonsense for like 20 minutes, and I think that's enough for me to edit and try and tackle this first video beast. But anyways, I'm Kenzie. If you didn't know, now you know. I'd love if you subscribe to the channel as I'm learning and figuring all of this out. I will be talking a lot about travel, mental health, delicious food, not a recipe creator. Again, just love food, so more like what I eat in a day, kind of things. Again, I eat mostly vegetarian, but don't really like to label it. Yeah, and I'm just excited to kind of go along on this journey with you guys, introduce you to more of my plants, perhaps. I need to come up with a good name for her. Dolores? I think that's too old. We'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will figure this out along with you guys, and I'm excited to start this journey and challenge myself more creatively and get more interesting, and I don't know what this was. And also make videos that aren't me sitting on the floor, and maybe stop playing with my hair. I'm just gonna do my hair in the next video. That'll make it easier. But yeah, thank you for watching. If I know you, hi. If I don't know you, welcome. And I hope that you'll subscribe, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye.